Okay, now you think you've nailed a new habit. Things are looking good. Or at least they were until you relapsed into your old ways. You've now lost count of the times that you've had a mini revelation and decided enough is enough, only to wake up the very next day and return to your default settings. Sounds like you might be in that perpetual loop of self-improvement. If you can relate to any of this, then you and I have got something in common. Things definitely haven't always been like this for me though. Personally, I was the type to just play video games, hang out with friends, and just be blissfully unaware of any weak spots I had in my life. My life wasn't going anywhere particularly exciting, but I felt pretty good. And then suddenly around the age of 19, I don't know what triggered it, but I became really aware of my weaknesses and my pitfalls. The content that I was looking at online gradually started to change from entertainment to educational, which is strange because when I was in school, I never would have imagined that as an adult, I would be actively seeking out educational content. I kind of just wanted to be done with it. At this point, a lot of my time was now suddenly dedicated towards improving my skills, knowledge, and my fitness too. So self-improvement firmly got a hold over me, and if you're watching this video, I imagine maybe it's got a hold over you as well. Now, I definitely think that since adopting this kind of mindset, my life has been taken in a much better direction, but let's be honest, it is really mentally taxing, and you never really feel done with anything. So I want to dig a little bit deeper, look into the issues that we're going to be faced on this journey and how we can best make it work for us. So the big thing that I think drives a lot of people when it comes to self-improvement and in life generally is potential. We all love potential. It's exciting, full of wonder and promise. I think this is why we see so much love and enthusiasm aimed at young sports stars. Because they're full of potential, maybe they'll go on to be the best ever and break all the records. Quite often not, but who knows? That's what makes it so exciting. So let's say, for example, in your head, you've created potential you. So for me, that version of myself would be someone who is well-dressed, well-read, in good shape, financially secure, maybe even fluent in another language. Sounds pretty cool, right? But the scariest part of it is that it's actually possible. And I think that's what actually drives a lot of people when it comes to self-improvement. It's not often these really lofty goals like being a millionaire, but instead just to see your abs or to read 10 books in a year. Like, it's exciting and motivates you enough to get you to try and do it, but at the same time is perfectly reasonable to consider it attainable. And this is exactly where I believe that we have all of our issues. So let's say that we've got this future version of you and all of your traits and accomplishments that come with it. Are you now not going to feel fully happy or content until you've reached it? Because that might be a while from now, if you even reach it. And because achieving it is all down to you, if you don't hit those goals, you're going to be taking it to heart. The problem is, once you get a glimpse of who you could be and you compare it to who you are now, you're suddenly aware of the gap. Deferred happiness syndrome is the common feeling that your life has not begun, that your present reality is a mere prelude to some idyllic future. This ideal is a mirage that will fade as you approach, revealing that the prelude that you rushed through was in fact the one to your death. Govinda Bogle. Now that is pretty dark, but there is definitely some truth to it. We'd probably all agree that there are definitely elements of self-improvement which are rewarding, exciting, and fulfilling. But it is also a trap that convinces you that you're not the finished article and you can't fully enjoy your life until you are. Now, this game of always constantly trying to one-up yourself before you can be happy is a problem that all humans have. And that's exactly why people will chase promotions only to get it and then chase the next one, or to buy their dream car only to then move the goalposts and have a faster, newer model in their sights. You might have had thoughts like, when I reach a certain amount of subscribers or a certain amount of followers, or maybe even a number in your bank account, then you can finally relax. And the chances are, even if you're able to sprinkle some mindfulness on every day, you're probably going to be dealing with this chase for most of your life. So what is the antidote to this? Or are we all just constrained to the self-improvement hamster wheel? So I'm going to make the case that if you're in the group of people who are striving to get more from yourself and more from life, then I think you're on the right path. Yes, it can grind on you from time to time, but you need to imagine the alternative. I sometimes imagine the version of myself that easily could have been. The version where I never picked up a camera, never went to the gym, never read a book, and never worked hard on myself in the evenings and at the weekend. And yes, I would have been in my little bubble of blissful ignorance for a while, but I think I would have gotten to the age I am now and looked back and thought, Yeah, probably should have put some effort in. And it's really good to remember that as you strive to better yourself, you're actually lifting up everyone around you. Maybe your fitness habits have a knock-on effect to the people around you and they start to make some healthy choices. Or maybe you increase your employment opportunities from studying, which enables you to financially better support your future family. It's actually really hard to fully comprehend all of the little knock-on effects that you could have in the world. The truth is, for most of us, growth and success won't just land in our lap. We do need to go out there and earn it. Hard times are a requisite for success, so embarking on this journey of self-improvement at least increases your chances of getting you to where you want to be. And not trying at all pretty much just eliminates your chances altogether. I definitely think there's a tendency for people who are into self-improvement to take on far too much. On top of your work and trying to start a business, you're probably also trying to master things like meditation, journaling, reading, fitness. Yeah, the list goes on. And let's be honest, it's really unlikely that anyone can keep on top of all of those habits consistently. I definitely know the feeling. All of those things are really exciting and it's so easy to get carried away and bite off more than you can chew. I often wonder how many people beat themselves up for not reading when actually they don't even enjoy it that much, but maybe they saw a video online somewhere that said that some really successful people read quite often, so now they think they have to if they want to be successful. Of course, we'll have the odd day where we smash everything out of the park on our to-do list, but realistically, I think it's better to just pick a small selection of things and then go all in on those. Whenever I think about myself and the big consistent things in my life, those have been filmmaking and fitness. And for almost 10 years now, those two things have been non-negotiable. I recently heard Alex Hormozy say, get extremely clear on what you actually want, then ruthlessly cull everything else. I think this is definitely true. Like, let's say that you wanted to be a video editor, you really need to just live and breathe that for a while. You can't sort of try and master all of these different skills at the same time, because your progress will slow down and you'll end up becoming a jack of all trades. Which is fine, by the way. There's definitely a lot to be said for being a well-rounded person, but I just think if we're talking about mastery and really excelling in something, you're gonna have to get pretty serious about it. Every worthwhile goal is worthwhile because there's a cost associated with it. All the best things in life are hard to achieve. It's supposed to be hard, and that's why it feels like it. Knowing 5 languages, being in shape, being clever, we admire people like that because we understand it's hard to achieve. I'll leave you with one of my favorite quotes at the moment. You don't become confident by shouting affirmations in the mirror, but by having a stack of undeniable proof that you are who you say you are. Another Alex Hormozy quote for you there, but that one probably is my favorite. Like, confidence would absolutely be there. For example, if we're talking about fitness and the gym, if you've been going multiple days a week for months now, yeah, who you say you are and who you are in the real world matches up. And that is a really cool place to be. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.